The woman she wanted to become wasn't waiting for perfect conditions. She was becoming someone who kept promises to herself. Welcome to the Nicole Curcio podcast, the show for women who want it all. Faith at the center, a strong and feminine body, deep family connections, and true freedom in their lives. I'm Nicole Curcio, a former medical insider turned fat loss and physique coach. I help high-performing women transform from the inside out, physically, mentally, and spiritually, without starving, obsessing, or burning out. Around here, we train with intention, eat with purpose, and build a life that reflects the woman you were created to be. Let's get into it. Last time we talked about identity, victim versus owner, and how powerful it is to shift from blaming circumstances to owning your outcomes. Today we're going deeper because once your identity is clear, it shows up in your behavior. So here's the next question I want you to sit with. Are you an excuse maker or an action taker? And before you answer too quickly, pause. Because this one's not about how motivated you may feel, it's about what you do consistently, especially when it's inconvenient. Let me break this down. The excuse maker operates like this. I don't have time. I was tired, so I skipped the gym. We had company over, so I didn't eat on plan. I just didn't feel like it. And listen, I say this with love. Those all might be true, but they're still excuses. Excuses are stories that protect you from short-term discomforts, but they also rob you of long-term progress. They're sneaky, they sound really reasonable, and they make you feel justified in staying stuck. But the action taker, she has a different filter. She doesn't ask, do I feel like it? She asks, what's the next best step I can take today? She's not perfect, she's not robotic. She just stopped making excuses the reason that she doesn't show up. Her thought process sounds more like this. Okay, I'm tired, so maybe I won't hit a PR today, but I'll still move my body. We had guests over. I chose to enjoy it without the guilt, but I made sure to prioritize my protein and my water intake without going overboard on the calories. It wasn't ideal, but I made it work. The action taker, she doesn't wait for ideal. She builds consistency in the messy middle. Let me be super honest with you. I used to be the excuse maker. I had a different story every single week. I was busy. I was stressed. I was not seeing the results. But at the end of the day, the real truth, I just wasn't doing what I said I was going to do. Let me say that again. I just wasn't doing what I said I would do. I lacked integrity within myself, not with intention. And every time I let myself off the hook, I felt a little more defeated. And that defeat, it compounds. It builds a subconscious belief that maybe I'm just not cut out for this. But the truth was, I didn't need a better plan. I needed a better pattern. I needed better habits. What I needed was I needed to stop letting my emotions dictate my execution. But guess what? Motivation is not what gets you results. Follow through does. Even when it's inconvenient, especially when it's inconvenient. Action takers don't just follow feelings. They follow values. They've decided that their goals matter more than their current mood or situation. They've built the skill of showing up even when it's hard. They've built integrity within themselves. Let me give you this real life example. I had a client, let's call her Annie. When she first came to me, she was all in for about 3 days. Then life would happen and she would disappear. She would go ghost. Then I would hear, I got sick. Work has been so busy. I was traveling. I just couldn't stay on track. And listen, I get it. Life is unpredictable. But one day I asked her, do you want this to be the pattern of your life? Always starting, always stopping? Or do you want to be someone who keeps going, even when it's not perfect? That hit her. And she realized the woman she wanted to become wasn't waiting for perfect conditions. She was becoming someone who kept promises to herself, even small ones. And once she started stacking those small actions, even the imperfect ones, her results started to finally show up. But it all starts in the mind. Your mind has to get there before your body follows suit. Here's the shift I want you to make today. Instead of asking, can I do this perfectly? Ask, what would an action taker do in this situation? Not the ideal version of life, but the real version of your life. What would an action taker do on a busy Monday? When she forgets her lunch, when she's traveling, when the scale is not moving? She doesn't spiral. She doesn't ghost her coach. She doesn't say, screw it. She pivots, she adapts, she takes the next best step. So I'll ask you again, which side are you on? Are you an excuse maker, constantly giving yourself the way out? Or are you becoming an action taker, someone who builds trust within herself by following through? Because the difference between the two, it isn't discipline or time or willpower. It's a decision, one you make daily. It's not about never missing. It's about refusing to let missing become a habit. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be committed. So here's your invitation. Today, choose action, even if it's small, even if it's messy, even if you don't feel like it. Because when you do, you cast a vote for the kind of woman that you're actually becoming. And eventually, you will become her. Not by saying it, but by acting like her. So, which side are you on? Strong, sexy, and unapologetically confident. That's the goal. Now go lift heavy, eat like you mean it, and act like the woman you're becoming. Talk soon.